Hey, this is Ashley,
The Boot Babe.
and we are live on Western Fashion behind the scenes. And I'm so excited today because we have someone that is from Florida. Her name is Cheyanne, and I cannot wait because she's going to be at the National Finals Rodeo along with a whole bunch of other beautiful, amazing women. And today I want to get to know Cheyanne. We've never met in person, and we've never really met until right now. So, welcome, Cheyanne, to the podcast.
Hi, everybody. My name's Cheyanne. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I was born and raised here.
I'm excited. Okay, tell me a little bit about your journey.
I actually got sent this hat specifically for the NFR, and I have my best Vegas themed outfit on right now, just specifically for this podcast right
Yes,
now.
and you do look
And
phenomenal, by the way.
wearing
Yes, tell us.
metallic satin red pants too to match the hat. But I've always grown up with horses, having horses. I used to show horses in 4-H, used to train dogs. I've been in the Western fashion industry, but I really got into it about 2 years ago, and I started posting more consistently about it last year.
First, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old. Yep.
Okay, great. This is
I
amazing.
just turned 20 in October.
Okay, amazing. So you went to high school in Jacksonville, graduated, you did fun things, and now this has turned into your passion, and you think you want to go with this for quite a while, right?
I did work with American Eagle a few years back for their spring campaign. So that was one of the bigger people I've worked with.
Okay, tell me a little bit about what brands you started with. So you're looking to develop some
I
long-term.
do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What you should know is that you have a lot of depth, right? 20 years old
Yeah.
is just a number. And it's really intriguing because there are a lot of 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 to
Yeah.
25 that I've experienced that have a lot of depth, knowledge, experience inside of social
Mhm.
media industry.
The brands I'm currently working with for the NFR are American Hat Makers. They sent me this lovely red felt, and I don't know if you can see, but this white felt right here. This brand called Fox and Flash. They sent me these lovely earrings. They're dangles, and they say "Yeehaw" on them.
Cute. Did they make those?
So they did make them. They stamped them, and they're little cow tags.
Yeah, they're so cute. Fox and Flash. We'll put it in the details because a lot of people listen and then they watch, right? We're on YouTube and we're on anywhere you can get a
Mhm.
podcast. So, yes, okay.
And then I'm also working with Sheridan Buckle, so they made me this buckle,
Oh, amazing. What is on it?
and it says my name. It's Cheyenne Turner. It's a cowgirl with a cowgirl hat on.
That's super cool.
And then Molly's Custom Silver made me this buckle for the NFR.
Okay,
I
this is
actually
amazing.
helped them make this really cool. The
Yeah.
design process was really interesting. Molly's Custom Silver and Sheridan Buckle are both really good companies to work with.
How long have you been working with them?
Um, I messaged them a few months back asking if they would want to work with me for the NFR. They ended up saying yes. And they're two separate companies, two silversmithing companies, but they both do amazing work. Love them. I know they're probably competitors, but they both do an amazing
It's
job.
okay.
So
I think that it's totally fair to say
mhm,
that everyone's craft and everyone's artisan is different. It's fun to experience them
mhm,
all. If you're a collector like I am, I
yeah,
have about 800 boots and they all come from they're all competitors, but I love them and I
yeah.
love telling their story. So I think it's totally okay to do those kind of things.
Chaco Canyon Trading, if you know who they are, they're going to send me some pieces I can choose from later, and they should be sending me them for the NFR. So if that goes through, I'm excited to work with them.
Yes, I love this. Tell me about your necklace.
My necklace, I actually found this at like, an old antique store. It's not real silver, but I love it.
It's
So
so cool.
it's
So
unique.
it's your first time going to NFR. Let's talk a little bit about this.
Yes.
What are you thinking? What do you expect?
I expect it to be I don't really know. I've seen videos all over my TikTok and YouTube. I've watched the videos over there, and I just think it's gonna be a bunch of Western fashion influencers and Western people coming together as one and joining for the fellowship of the NFR. So I think it's gonna be a cool experience for me to enjoy this year. I have been to Vegas before last year in March, but this is gonna be completely different because it's for the NFR.
Yeah, so I think that I
Yeah.
believe that there's a culture around the NFR, and I
Yeah.
I enjoy all of the culture around NFR. I like to go to the rodeo, I like to be involved in the cowboys and the cowgirls, I like to go see, like, the Dale Brisby and the rodeo shows. I know
Yeah.
Lindsay Sumter, she has a show going on while we're there. The W is highlighted. I like to go watch all of the different women's events, and
Yeah.
that's what the Boot Babe and the Boot Babes is really about. is showcasing and highlighting all the different kinds of Western traditions that are available and inviting people to join us. We're going to try to catch up again when we're in Vegas, and we're going to talk about your
for
experience
sure.
and what's going on. And I think that'll be a fun
Mhm.
highlight to the people's experience. You're coming from Florida, you're flying in. Tell me a little bit about your accommodations
Yeah.
and what you're doing that way.
Yeah, so we're staying at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas. I will be there the 10th through the 16th, so I'm flying in the 10th and flying out the 16th early in the morning, but on the 10th, I should be getting there around 4 p.m. I'm flying Delta. I don't know that. This is my second time flying and also my second time to Vegas. So both times I've flown has been to Las Vegas, which I think is pretty funny. We normally drive everywhere with my family. Like we just like driving so we could see everything.
Yeah, I like that too. But then there's this idea you got to fly into
Mhm.
Vegas. So you're renting a car?
Yeah. I don't know the car accommodations yet. I'm going with my brother, my boyfriend, and my best friend Ashlyn. She's also a Western fashion influencer, so shout out to her.
Fun. Okay, this is exciting. So you're both coming from Florida and you're coming with this whole group.
Well,
I'm
she's from
excited.
Texas.
Oh, she's from Texas.
Ashlyn's from Texas. Yes.
Okay. How did you meet?
We were in a group chat on Snapchat a few years back, and then we both have talked to each other over the years, and we finally met last year, and I think September, October-ish.
Okay, that's fun. I think that this is amazing adventure, right? We bring together so many people from all over the world and we travel with them all over
Yeah.
and ride horses and we get to know people. And so there's got to be a deeper reason why you're a Western fashion influencer. And I say that because some people think, oh, it's all about this thing. But you obviously saw Lainey Wilson, I'm sure, get up there and say, I look in the mirror every day and I say, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm godly, I'm all these things. Tell me a little bit about the confidence that it takes to do what you're doing and why you do it.
I feel like I've always been a pretty much of a confident person. Everybody tells me I have a lot of confidence, and I'll go out. I'll just put on whatever I want to wear, and I think if I think it looks good, I'll wear it, and I'll go out. And people ask me, where did I get this? Where did I get that? So that kind of worked in and came into play whenever I started doing Western fashion influencing.
Why would a brand be attracted to working with you? And why would they want to work with your personality? Because there's a million girls wearing hats down there and they all say, hi, I want to be a pretty face for you. Why do you want to be a pretty face for me? What does that mean to you? How
Yeah.
does it work for you? And what kind of an example are you setting for girls that, and so I just want to understand like what you hope to leave, like when you leave the NFR, you want it to be a fun experience where you met a whole bunch of new people, where what does it look like for you and why do you want that?
I talk really fast and I try to slow myself down. So in TikTok videos, like when I'm recording and unboxing, I say like a lot. I don't know if you realize that. But
That's
I
okay, yeah.
try to slow myself down and say different words. And sometimes it just comes out and I'm just repeatedly saying that. But I have to go back and redo the clip, edit it, all of that for my unboxings. It's not just what people see on my profile. I do the majority of the part is, but sometimes I'll have to go in and redo a clip because I'm saying something I already said in the previous clip and it just rambles all together.
It's normal. I think when we get in front of the camera and we're starting to learn, how does it work? How does this medium work? How do I reach to you? You actually get to know me and it be an experience. Because even right now,
Mhm.
you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of sensories going on. Usually I'm only talking to myself. Now I'm talking to her and she looks like me. And I don't know, I'll edit this out in a way that makes people feel like they're getting the whole experience. Because what they should know is it's natural to feel uncomfortable. This is the part of being an influencer that you would talk about it because it's really crucial that you
Everybody messes up.
understand,
Yeah,
yes, that everybody messes up.
everybody messes up.
One take after the next take after the next take after the next
Yeah.
take. And if you're resilient enough to keep going, you'll get it.
Mhm.
It will work.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time.
I believe that all good things take time and everybody makes mistakes, but they're all for a purpose. You learn from your mistakes and you keep going.
Has there been things in your life that you really learned a lot from where it changed your mind and you decided things were going to go in a different direction?
A few years back, I was a part of this thing. It's not really out there anymore, but it was the Florida Hype House when the Hype Houses were a big thing a few years back. Me and a few of my friends and people from all over the state of Florida came together and we were going to make the Florida Hype House. And we came together, we met up in a group in the St. John's Town Center, which is here in Jacksonville, and we filmed content, took pictures, etc. I'm a photographer on the side. I'm getting into that. My photography page is also linked in my Instagram bio.
Okay.
So
So you took a bunch of
that's
content
a little
and
bit.
stuff, and you were gonna have a house, and then what happened?
We were gonna meet up once a month and make content, take pictures, etc. But it just was a failed plan. I
That's
mean,
okay.
plans will fail and everything.
Yeah, sometimes things don't work out, and that is a common theme that
Mhm.
comes up on Western fashion behind the scenes, that Western people are gritty, they're resilient, and when things don't work out, they try again, and they just get up and get dressed and put their boots on, and they go do something different and something that works, and they try and try and try and try until it works. And it sounds like you have that kind of resiliency, so that's exciting. Who is your dream collaboration? I'm curious.
I would love to work with Pro Hats because I think that they would be a cool brand to work with. Which is, I got this hat, this sand colored hat right there from them. But American Hat Company, I would love to work with as well. Rodeo King and like Stetson, and all those, and all the bigger hat brands would be amazing. I would love to work with Dingo Boots and Dan Post Boot Company, which they're just basically the same people, but I would love to work with them.
I
I
love
think they're
that.
cool. Clothing, I did message Double D Ranch about working with them, and we were getting really close to the point to where we were going to work, but some things just don't work out. So they asked me to come back next year and see how we're doing and everything. So I might be working with Double D Ranch in the future, which I'd be very grateful for that. I think their clothing is impeccable.
I love that. How do you work with people? Give me your scenario. Let's say I was your client. How would you work with me? And you can be as specific or general as you want, but we do talk a lot of specifics here because it helps girls figure out what to do. I was the hat company and you wanted to work with me. Tell me how you would approach me and then explain to me, like, if I wanted options, what they would look like.
When I messaged people specifically for the NFR, I typed up a medium sized longer paragraph explaining what I am, a Western fashion influencer, what I'm going to, what days I would be there, what you would see from me. So I would do an unboxing on TikTok and post a feed post on my Instagram and some posts on my stories as well. So I did mention that in the emails I did send out, but I reworded them slightly different for each brand. But there's one base paragraph I based all of my emails off of.
Yeah, very smart. And I think that's the right thing to do, personalize things. And then, okay, so I want to work with you for NFR. What does that look like?
Hi, my name's Cheyanne Turner. I'm a Western fashion influencer based out of Jacksonville, Florida. I'm attending the National Finals Rodeo December 10th through the 16th, and it just went on from there. And if it was involving hats, I would say my hat size in there, what size brand I like, what style crown I like.
What
If
kind
it
of
was
ground is that?
clothing, I would mention this is just a regular cattleman's crown.
Yeah, with a white front.
Yeah.
Square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So you put
So
your sizes in there and you'd include
mhm,
it. And then did any
yeah,
boot companies end up wanting to work with you?
they did not. I don't. None of them have answered the email back, so maybe they didn't see them because I know their emails will get busy around this time of the year.
It's
But I
okay.
think,
I was just curious.
yeah, the only boot company, they're not really just a boot company, they do a lot of other stuff too, is Rockham, and I think they might be sending me PR for next month. I'm not exactly sure, but we're still talking about all that. But I would love to work with Rockham as well. I forgot to mention them whenever we just talked about brands we would love to work with. But
Yeah.
Rockham would be a good brand to work with.
I
And
love
I do want to work with Liberty Black Boots as well
okay.
because I see that they offer wide calf boots, and I have a wide calf, and it's hard for me to find cute boots in a wide calf. So,
Hey girl, let's talk about this deal. So I see Brianna Purvis and she is doing an incredible job. She has the wide calf, right? I remember getting in touch with her on TikTok when I had one of my last sales. I was in Oklahoma and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I need wide calf boots." And I was like, "Girl, here's the only option you have." And then Rockham came onto the scene like hot and heavy, and she's been their darling, which is so fun. So I love that. Tell me, so you have a wide calf. Tell me, do you know what the circumference of your calf is by chance? Just for women because they want to
I
know.
do not.
Okay. But you'll find
I
out.
do
And
not.
by NFR, you're going to
I
know.
will
We're
find
going to go
out.
do circumference testing and we're going to show. I'm a big educator. I want to show these companies that there's a need to make different size calf boots and they would have a bigger return for their bang on their buck because so many women struggle with that. It's not just, it's 40% of women are better. And I want to find out at the NFR. So we'll do that. And you want to work with Rockham. Are they going to be at NFR?
I'm not too entirely sure, to be honest. That's a good question to ask. I might go look that up on Instagram later to see if they are, or maybe email them and ask them if they will be there and find out the
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, and maybe we create something with you and the Boot Babes with Rock'em, because I know that they know me. They know who I am. I've met him at market a few times. I've talked to him a little bit. I'm just watching what's unfolding because I like the educational piece. I want to educate people about how they fit and why you'd want to connect with them from a fit standpoint and how you would size them. Because who knows how they fit? Do you wear a 9? Do you wear a 9.5? I don't know. What size do you normally wear in cowboy boots?
A 9.5 to 10. It depends on the boots because all boots are made different. That's why personally I don't really like shopping online strictly. I like to go into a store and try on boots because I don't like the fact of having to, get them shipped to you, which takes a week to 2 weeks, and then having to take them back if they don't fit and exchange them for a different size. I think that's a whole hassle. So if there's more boot stores or places that would sell wholesale those boots to them so we can go try them on, it would be a lot easier, especially with women that have wider calves like me.
Yeah, I think we'll do a whole thing at NFR of you trying on different boots and me documenting it, saying, hey, we're live and we're documenting you trying on these different boots so you can see, so women can be like, oh my gosh, I wanted that boot and I don't. And now I didn't want that boot and I do. And that's what will happen because it's such a tricky process. So thanks for shedding a little light on that. Tell me, before we get off here, what do you expect to happen for you next year? What's your goal for next year in 2024?
My goal for next year in 2024, honestly, so I'm gonna say my goal for 2023 first. On TikTok, I am, I think, 3 or 4 thousand followers away from hitting 10,000 followers on my TikTok. So I would love to hit that by the end of this year, if that's possible. If not, I want to make that my goal to hit by mid next year.
Okay, I
And
love.
I'm also going to be working with Rock the South next year for their concert that they're having, and then Bulls, Bands, and Barrels as well. I'm excited to work with them. So that's one of my goals was to work with them next year, and I am. But I do have to post content for them because most brands, whenever you want to work with them, they will ask to do content for you as well. Like you post content for them. I would love to go to the NFR again next year. I think that would be amazing. But I would like help from some of the brands because right now I'm not asking for money personally because this is a learning experience until I get to a certain amount of followers. So if I reach a certain amount of followers, then I would ask for brands to help me out a little bit, getting my feet, like paying my way out there, so that I could create the content for them.
Yeah, and I think that's a brave place to start, and everyone is
Mhm.
somewhere, right? There's some girls that have money,
Mhm.
some girls don't have money, and it's so vulnerable, and I appreciate that you're telling us that because that's the truth. Some of these
Yep.
girls are making money, some of them are getting what you would call in-kind sponsorship. That's what the term of it. If you're receiving product and you're doing content, it's in kind. And it's fun and it's part of the learning curve. So I'm excited to document your progress though, because you will move fast. You're beautiful. Can you tell me on the scale of what your sizing is so that someone could understand who you are if they're listening only, so they can know?
So shirts, I wear a size large, which I am on a low carb diet, so I am losing weight because I want to get to a certain weight because I think I'm a little bit bigger and I would love to be a certain
I think you
size,
look beautiful, girl. I think bigger is beautiful. I
Thank
think
you.
bigger is better and beautiful. Watch out.
The only thing I really have a problem with finding is pants that fit me right because I do have a hourglass figure. I have a small waist and then I have bigger hips. So finding pants is a struggle for me. I'm also 5'8", so they have to be not only fit my waist good, they have to be the certain length. That's a little bit of trouble. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. You can try some on NFR and see.
Mhm.
Have you been to the Calves ranch department of the world?
I have not. So I've heard a lot about I don't actually own or tried on any pairs of Area or Kimes jeans. I do have a pair of Wranglers. I do love them. They fit me good. They actually fit me good in the waist, but I do feel like they're slightly not long enough for me. I would love to try on different pairs of jeans, but that's one thing I hate is trying on clothes, but I have to because everything fits me different.
Yes, this is
But
the most common problem for
mhm.
women, I would say, across the board. So we're totally going to do this. I'm excited. So Dakota Dawn Johnson is a sales specialist at Ariat. She's been on the podcast twice, and I know for sure she will direct us to the perfect jeans to try on for Ariat for our beginning. And then we'll show you trying them on. And so we can educate girls about it. It'll be so fun. And it'll be good practice run for getting real serious about what's going on. So Cheyanne, thanks for being on today. Why are you named Cheyanne? I have to know. You live in Florida. Did your mom love Cheyanne or what's going on?
So I actually have the story behind this. My mom's name was Sandra Ann. So my mom named me Cassandra Cheyanne. So I go by my middle name. Most people don't know that about me, but I do go by my middle name.
Now we know, and I'm excited. So, okay, well,
And
thanks.
so that's why it's spelled with an A as well.
Oh, yeah, because your spelling is different. It's
Yep.
Cheyanne. Cheyanne, thanks for being on today. I'm very grateful. Tell us all about it. You look so hot. Look at you. Okay.
So this is my outfit for this podcast. Belts from Sheridan Buckle, hats from American Hat Makers. These earrings are from Calves in Hilliard, Florida. And then my little booties are from Lulu's.
I love it. You look very.
My rings, oh, my hand's overexposed, but this one's from Nozzoni Traders. This one's from Powell Trading, but the stone is from DJ Bags because she had to replace the stone for me. This one's from Wild Eagle Crafts in Cherokee, North Carolina. And then Wild Ride Silver, she's amazing, and Powell Trading.
You look so, so good. Do you know Mackenzie, Western Gringa?
I follow her. I would love to meet her. I do have a black and white outfit that I think that she would love in my NFR planning mind.
Good idea. Western Gringa inspired party. Surprise party for Western Gringa. And everyone dresses up like her. She'd be so honored.
Like black and white and like reds. Yeah.
She'd be so honored.
I did meet Neon Wrangler Amanda and Melissa Ruffy McDuffie at Rock the South. I love them. We talk on a daily basis pretty much. If I have questions, I'll ask them. They're great people. I'm so glad I got to meet them.
Yeah, I love them. They're going to be down here too. They're going to post some amazing content. They're amazing women. And I am excited. I would love to have them on here. And I'm sure that we'll get in contact with them while we're down there. So, Cheyanne, thanks for being on today. Thanks for showing us your outfit. Very grateful.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is Ashley on Western Fashion Behind the Scenes. Just remember, it's always cool to wear cowboy boots.
This episode of Western Fashion Behind the Scenes is brought to you by Las Vegas. This place is amazing, and if you've never been to the National Finals Rodeo, you should know that they just secured their spot in Las Vegas for the next long time. 2035, folks. 2035 is how long the rodeo will be in Las Vegas. So it's your time to book your trip for next year. If you need help booking your trip, make sure you reach out to the Boot Babe at thebootbabes@gmail.com. We are your private concierge service for the funnest time in Las Vegas. See you soon.